hopefully we're trying to tell if that's Kellen Wall over there or Kate Kiss. And actually, I can look at my lineup card. Hey, it's Kellen that's getting the start here in game one of our doubleheader tonight. So we're looking forward to hopefully a good matchup and less technical problems. For some reason, my audio keeps freezing up on me a little bit here. The Tigers coming into today's matchup at 7-8 and or 7-7. 7-8 overall in the season for the Tigers right now, and they will try to bounce back, looking for their first district victory of the season. They are 0-4 in district and really could use both games today. Back on track for themselves and see some positive stuff going for them over the next couple of weeks or so. We'll see if that will work out for them there. All right, we're going to go ahead and take a commercial break, and we'll return. You're listening to Tiger Baseball here on Alamo Sports and Talk.
Join OFCU for America Saves. April 7th through the 11th. Vehicle purchases or non-OFCU refinance vehicles as low as 4.99% APR with no payments for 90 days. Personal loans as low as 7.99% APR. While online at oterofcu.org. Limited time offer, new purchases or non-OFCU refinance loans. All loans are subject to credit approval. Not all will qualify for lowest rate. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Is your loyalty to a big out-of-town bank or credit union costing you more than it should? When it comes to buying a home for your family, not all mortgage loans are the same. This is Deborah Romero, president of First National Bank. First National Bank is committed to showing you how you can save money by shopping for your next mortgage loan. Compare and save. We offer affordable mortgage options, including conventional, VA, FHA, first-time home buyers, or our home equity line of credit. Come visit with us today.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all loans subject to credit approval.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit, whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief. We can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle,
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Looking to transform your home's exterior? Meet Rudy Ochoa. With years of experience in stucco, Rudy and his crew deliver quality craftsmanship and stunning flawless finishes. 575-442-6745.
We are the Veterans Health Administration, and our hands provide life-changing care to over 9 million veterans across more than 1,200 facilities nationwide. Join hands with us to make an impact in your community. Learn more at vacareers.va.gov.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Welcome back here to Tiger Stadium. The Alamogordo Tigers and the Oregon Mountain Knights getting ready to get started here. And let's get you Oregon Mountain's starting lineup for you. I may not have a first name or here, too, because unfortunately we got a lineup with first name. Number 27, Eric Gomez, is the leadoff hitter. ninth. The starting lineup for the Oregon Mountain Knights, and we'll start with Eric Gomez. He's wearing number 27 and is the left fielder for today's game. Rio Rivera is number 26, and he is the right fielder. Devin Garces is the third baseman, and he is number 47. Number 8 is the catcher, and it is Stevenson is the last name. Unfortunately, I do not have or Estenson is the first name or last name. Venegas is the shortstop, and he is the wearing number 3. Hernandez, number 24, is the first baseman. Eros is the second baseman, and he was wearing number 6. De Leon, the DH, wearing number 25, hitting for the pitcher McNeese, who is wearing number 21. And Ponce, the center fielder, is wearing number 21. For the Tigers, Jaden Ruiz is the starting DH, and he's leading off. Ryan Macklin is hitting second for the Tigers, and is the left fielder. Cade Kiss, starting center fielder, is hitting third. Preston Eldred hitting fourth. He is the first baseman. Kellen Wall is pitching and is hitting fifth. Aiden McGinnis is hitting sixth and is the right fielder. Brandon Williams is the third baseman and is hitting seventh. Billy Copeland, the second baseman, is hitting eighth. Aiden Tupper will hit ninth. He is the shortstop. And Ethan Phillips is the catcher, and he is being DH'd 4. So we'll go ahead and take another break. We'll come back. You're listening to the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show here on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 101.9.
Join OFCU for America Saves. April 7th through the 11th. Vehicle purchases or non-OFC refinance vehicles as low as 4.99% APR with no payments for 90 days. Personal loans as low as 7.99% APR. While online at OteroFCU.org. Limited time offer, new purchases or non-OFC refinance loans. All loans are subject to credit approval. Not all will qualify for lowest rate. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Our success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Hi, this is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. We take great pride in our Tiger student athletes. We wish them all the best and cheer them on as they compete this season. We recognize these outstanding athletes for their commitment on the track, court, and field. Their dedication is inspiring, and we celebrate their hard work and sportsmanship. Join us in supporting our Tigers. First National Bank has been your hometown community bank since 1956, proudly cheering on the Alamogordo Tigers every step of the way. Go Tigers!
Member FDIC.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
Join Stand Up to Cancer and Jazz Pharmaceuticals to raise awareness of small cell lung cancer and accelerate the pace of research. Ask your healthcare provider about screening options that might be right for you or a loved one. Visit standuptocancer.org/lung to learn more.
Talk 12-1019 back to Tiger Sim. Hopefully we've got our technical gremlins figured out here during pregame, and we'll be good for the rest of the actual broadcast. Can't promise that, but very colorful out in the field today. Oregon Mountain has got teal uniforms on, teal with black numerals and white outlining, gray pants. Alamogordo in their gold uniforms today, black numerals and white outlining with their white pinstripe pants. Kellen Wall's first pitch is going to be sent to left field. It is towards Macklin. It's going to drop for a base hit, and Eric Gomez gets Oregon Mountain right on base on the very first pitch of the afternoon. Gomez, the left fielder, wearing number 27. And now the lefty Rio Rivera comes to the plate. As we'll hopefully get this full lineup for you guys with first names and everything coming up. This one's fouled off on the first pitch. It's 0-1 to Rivera. So it's Devin Garces hitting third for Oregon Mountain. And then Sean Estenson, Alex Venegas. Leo Hernandez will hit in the number 6 spot. Osvaldo Adas check swing. And in there for a strike on Rivera. And Wall has pulled ahead in the count here, 0-2. So Kellen Wall pitching. Ethan Phillips behind home plate. Preston Eldred is at first base. And a pickoff throw to first. Pretty close. Actually, I think the ball came out of the glove of Eldred. Billy Copeland at second. Aiden Tupper at short. Brandon Williams at third. Macklin in left. Cade Kiss in center. Aiden McGinnis is in right field for the Tigers. Called strike 3 on the outside corner on Rivera, and there's one down. Aaron DeLeon is hitting number 8 spot for Oregon Mountain. Hitter coming up right now is Devin Garces, hitting from the right-hand side. Out of the stretch, Wall to the plate. And that first pitch is going to miss 1-0. The starting pitcher for Oregon Mountain is Brennan McNeast this evening, at least in game 1. Pickoff throw to first, and that was a good pickoff move. That was pretty close over there at first with Gomez. And then Ray Ponce is rounding out the lineup for the Oregon Mountain Knights. Showing bunt, brings it back, runner going. Here's the throw, and they got him, I think. Yes. The throw was not on the mark to the bag, but it was right to where Billy Copeland was, and Ethan Phillips got it to him and tagged him as the runner was running by to the bag, and there is 2 down. So the Tigers erase the base runner for the Knights. And Garces, a 1-1, and missing high, 2-1. Swing and a miss, 2-2. And this is hit in the air to right center field. That is going to get down for a base hit. So second hit of the day for the Knights as Garces takes it inside out to right center field. And there is a runner on first with 2 down. Sean Estenson coming to the plate now. Number 8, the catcher, with his first at-bat for Oregon Mountain. Well, out of the stretch is set at the belt. Here's the pitch. And that'll miss low. And the count is 1-0. Outside, and Phillips was quickly out of his stance to maybe make a throw over to first, but he will hold on to it. Eldred was a little bit away from the bag, so it'll be 2-0. And the pitch from Wall. That's in the dirt. Phillips slides to his right and protects it with his body. And the count will be 3-0 now. Runner on first with 2 out. We're in the top of the first inning. A couple of singles. One of those erased with a nice throw by Ethan Phillips to get the Knights out on a steal attempt, but a 4-pitch walk here to the cleanup hitter Estenson. And so it's runners on first and second, and Alex Venegas will come to the plate now for Oregon Mountain. Courtesy runner coming in for the Knights. It'll be number 2. And I'll get that for you here in just a second. You know what? I don't have a full name on that one, unfortunately. I think Romero in there for a strike. And the count is 0-1. All ready? Here's the pitch. That's a good pitch, and it's in there for a strike, 0-2. Wall trying to get out of some early trouble here. Wall with the long look in. And the 0-2. It's a ground ball over towards third. Actually, it's going to get through to shortstop, and they're going to send the runner home. Here comes the throw. It's going to be off the mark. The run will score, and it's an RBI single. And that's a pretty good piece of hitting there from Venegas with 2 strikes. As just the seeing eye single, it looked like initially off the bat that it was going to be right to third, but it ends up being deep in the hole. The shortstop, Tumper, had a chance to get there, but was maybe a step away. And it gets into the outfield, and Macklin's throw, even if it's on the mark, it's going to be a bang-bang play. And coming in and scoring is Garces. So it's still first and second now with still 2 outs, but it's a 1-0 lead for Oregon Mountain as Leo Hernandez comes to the plate. And Hernandez will pop this one up, should be playable. Eldred coming in from first base, he's got it, and the inning is over. Oregon Mountain with 3 hits in the inning, 1 run, no Tiger errors, 2 left on. And it's Oregon Mountain 1, Alamogordo nothing as we go to the bottom of the first inning. You're listening to Tiger Baseball on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Join OFCU for America Saves. April 7th through the 11th. Vehicle purchases or non-OFC refinance vehicles as low as 4.99% APR with no payments for 90 days. Personal loans as low as 7.99% APR. Apply online at oterofcu.org. Limited time offer. New purchases or non-OFC refinance loans. All loans are subject to credit approval. Not all will qualify for lowest rate. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Live here from Tiger Stadium, Alamogordo Baseball. I'm Charles Winnicky. Thanks for tuning in. Bottom of the first inning, and on the Richardson Motor scoreboard, it's Oregon Mountain 1, Alamogordo nothing. And Brennan McNeese, the starting pitcher for the Knights, warming up. Sean Estenson is the catcher behind home plate. And the rest of the defense set up Leo Hernandez at first. Osvaldo Otis is at second. The third baseman is Devin Goddesses. At short, it's Alex Venegas. Left fielder is Eric Gomez. Center fielder is Ray Ponce. And their right fielder is Rio Rivera. And it'll be Jaden Ruiz that will get things started here for the Tigers. Number 8 and the DH today. A little bit of change up in the Tiger lineup. Cade Kiss had been leading off for a while. They've moved him down to third. So it's Kiss, Eldred, Wall in that 3-4-5 spot. McGinnis at 6. Brian Macklin hitting second. And McNeese, big guy. Certainly got to be 6, I would say 6'2", 6'3". And in there for a strike on the first pitch to Ruiz, 0-1. I don't know, from sitting up here, I'm never very good at picking out heights. He looks, let's put it this way, he looks big on the mound. And that's in there for a strike as well. And it's 0-2. Right-handed hitter, right-handed pitcher. And again, if you're just joining us, the Tigers coming in at 7-8, 0-4 in district. Oregon Mountain 3-1 in district, I believe. Let me double check that. Swing and a miss there from Ruiz. And there's one down. So the Tigers will send up Brian Macklin now. Left fielder, wearing number 10. Oregon Mountain is 10-4-1 and 4-0 in district. I apologize. I gave them a loss in district. Who was their tie to? They tied Montwood back in February. First pitch is just going to miss, maybe outside, maybe a bit high. And the count is 1-0. And wins over Hanks and El Dorado early in the season. They would tie Montwood, lose to Midland Legacy. They lost to Volcano Vista, but then beat Volcano Vista. Beat Los Lunas, lost to Cleveland. Went over Mayfield in non-district. As that one comes in and hits Macklin. And so the Tigers will get a runner on with a hit by pitch. And some speed there with Macklin. They would split a doubleheader with Clovis, 8-7 and 6-2. And then swept Gadsden, 12-2, 13-4, beat them 4-0 in 8 innings. That means it was scoreless going in extras. And then 11-1, beat the Tigers on Monday. So Kiss will step into the box, hitting from the left-hand side. We have 2 Tiger lefty hitters in this lineup. And Kiss going to watch that fastball. In there for a strike on the outer half, 0-1. Macklin goes. Swing and a miss from Kiss. The pitch will drop out of the glove of the catcher, and so it'll be a pretty easy stolen base there for Macklin. Kiss is behind in the count 0-2 now. But the Tigers do put a runner in scoring position here, with 1 out in the bottom of the first inning. Here's a ground ball to the right side. That's through for a base hit. They're going to hold up Macklin. That was the right move by the Tigers' third base coach. Initially, they were sending him around and then put the stop sign on as he was turned in the corner. Macklin really had to throw the brakes on, but Cade Kiss picks up a single, puts runners in the corners with 1 out. And you got to think Cade's probably running here early in the at-bat to try and, number 1, take the double play out of order and play the old double steal game. See if you force the catcher to try to throw out to second, and maybe you get that runner in from third. I would definitely make a pickoff throw to first here if I'm McNeese. Yeah, comes the plate. And that pitch is going to miss low and outside, and it's 1-0 here to Preston Eldred. Hitting from the right-hand side. Kiss goes, and they throw behind him, and he's going to get there easily. There's a lot of movement with the runners, and very quickly Kiss was on the move before he was really into his motion, and so Kiss gets another stolen base for the Tigers. Second and third now for Alamogordo. And a 1-0 to Eldred. And that breaking pitch is going to stay up, and it's 2-0. Here's the pitch. Gets that in there for a called strike. And it's 2-1. Runners on second and third. Tigers with a single and a hit by pitch. A couple of stolen bases in the inning. And it's got them in a prime spot here to certainly tie the game, maybe take the lead. Here's the pitch from McNeese. Swing and a miss. A little late on it was Eldred, and it's 2-2. And the catcher, Estenson, is going to call timeout and go talk to his pitcher. And we're about ready for a 2-2. And hopefully the fans were smart enough to bring some cold drinks with them today and enjoy this afternoon. It should be nice by the evening, but definitely a little warm right now. 2-2. Fouled off, and that one rocketed back in our direction. And actually took enough of a carom off of the press box to roll back out onto the field. 2-2 the count. Runners on second and third with one out, and a 1-0 lead here for Oregon Mountain. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Good curveball there from McNeese. Second strikeout of the inning for him. And it will bring up Kellen Wall now. So Wall with a chance to help himself out here. Wall hitting from the left-hand side. And he hits this in the air to shallow left field. Should be playable. It is. And that will end the inning. Gomez comes on and makes the grab. And the Tigers will strand two. One hit, no runs, no errors. And the Tigers trail 1-0 as we go to the top of the second inning here on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Hi, this is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. Did you know that this week is Community Banking Week? Community banks are so much more than just a bank in a community. We are bankers that believe in you. We offer favorable rates and low fees. We are the volunteers that step up to help at local schools, youth sports, and non-for-profit organizations. Community bankers support the community where we all live, work, and play.
First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. All loans are subject to credit approval.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Transform your home with Ochoa Stucco. Whether it's a fresh look or a durable finish, their expert team delivers quality and style. Say goodbye to bland exteriors and hello to stunning curb appeal. Ochoa Stucco, always a flawless finish. 442-6745.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Tiger baseball here on a Thursday evening. And the Alamogordo Tigers trailing the Oregon Mountain Knights 1-0. We go to the top of the second inning. And leading things off for the Knights is Osvaldo Aras, the right-handed hitter, second baseman, wearing number 6, as the first pitch from Wall will like a miss inside. And the count is 1-0. And a breaking ball that'll be sent foul over to the Oregon Mountain dugout, and the count is 1-1. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And chasing after one did Otis, and it's 1-2. And the pitch. And that one's going to one hop to the backstop. Count will be 2-2. This is shot out to right field, and McGinnis unable to make the grab over in right field. Looked like he was getting to that, but I think it just went off his glove out there from what I can tell. So E9 and puts a runner on first. And it'll bring up Aaron De Leon. Pretty big lead over at first. And pretty close to getting him at first, but did not. And Kellen hadn't even gone set yet, so I was kind of surprised that he had taken as big of a lead as he had. And here's a bunt that is laid down very nicely. Wall up with it, throw to first, and that is just going to die at the glove of of Eldred. He couldn't squeeze it. I think it one hopped into him, and he just kind of deflected it off the glove, but E1, E3, whatever you want to call that. It was a really good bunt from De Leon. That made the play difficult. Wall had to get up with it quickly, and unfortunately the Tigers unable to make the play. So a couple of defensive miscues here for the Tigers, and runners are at first and second. Another bunt, and this one's in the dirt. Or maybe he fouled it off. I think, yes, he called time to the home plate umpire, so it'll be 0-1 here to Ponce. And I think Phillips, I'm not sure what he took that off of there, but he is certainly in a little bit of pain here. Definitely take your lumps as a catcher. And again, showing bunt. Eldred will play it cleanly. Good coverage by Copeland to get the runner at first, and it puts runners on second and third. So a little bit of small ball here from the Knights after getting a break on the error to lead off the inning. Put down a bunt, which I felt like led to the Tiger error. And the Tigers are going to bring the infield in as Eric Gomez, who has already singled, comes to the plate. One down and runners on second and third. And that's going to be in there for a called strike as it hits the outside corner. Swept that one across the strike zone, 0-1. Kellen Wall ball into his windup. Here's the pitch. Yeah, he's going to miss outside. 2-1 the count. And that pitch misses a little bit high. Three and 1 the count now. Into the windup, the pitch from Wall. And that's going to be a walk. Sorry on the disconnect there, folks. Haven't missed much. A walk was surrendered to Eric Gomez. And now Rio Rivera behind the count 0-2. Tigers have dropped into double play depth here. The bases are loaded, and there is one out in the inning. And this will be fouled off, and it'll stay 0-2. Now, you'll definitely take the strikeout if you're the Tigers. Double play would be great, but safely get that second out. That comes inside and nearly hits Rivera. 1-2. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. It's in the dirt and not going to be able to go anywhere, even though he could have run to first. There's bases packed, and so a big second out there. And now Devin Garces is going to try to break this game open a little bit for the Knights. Singled and scored in the first inning. So the Tigers can get a force at any base here with 2 down. This is hit hard to second. Nice play by Copeland. Toss on to first, and the inning is over. So the Tigers get out of a jam. Oregon Mountain leaves the bases loaded here in the second inning. No hits. 2 errors and a walk. So the Tigers kind of their own creation, but they managed to get out of it there. We go to the bottom of the second on the Richardson Motor scoreboard with the Knights still in front, 1-0. You're listening to Alamo Sports and
Join OFCU for America Saves. April 7th through the 11th. Vehicle purchases or non-OFC refinance vehicles as low as 4.99% APR with no payments for 90 days. Personal loans as low as 7.99% APR. While online at OteroFCU.org. Limited time offer, new purchases or non-OFC refinance loans. All loans are subject to credit approval. Not all will qualify for lowest rate. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. The Tigers trail 1-0 to the Knights on the Richardson Motor scoreboard in the bottom of the second inning. Ready to start here with Aiden McGinnis leading things off for the Alamogordo Tigers. Starting right fielder for Alamogordo. And hitting from the right-hand side. Brennan McNeese continues pitching here for Oregon Mountain. And the pitch will miss outside. And 1-0 here to McGinnis. It'll be McGinnis, then Brandon Williams, and Billy Copeland due up in the inning for the Tigers. Working from the stretch. Here's the pitch. And a ground ball to the right side. Second baseman will charge on it. A little flip over first as Otis makes the play over to Hernandez. And there's one down, 4-3 on the first put out of the inning. Bring up Brandon Williams now. Tigers' third baseman with his first try of the day. So coming set. And here comes the pitch. And that'll be a little bit low. Count is 1-0 here to Williams. And the pitch. And hard hit to third. That is secured. Toss on to first is in time. Nice play by Devin Garces. 5-3 on the putout, and there's two down. It'll bring up Billy Copeland. And the Tigers trying to get the offense going. It's not been quite as good as it was early in the season for the Tigers offensively, as they scored 1 run on Monday, 3 runs in the second game against Centennial, 1 run in the Artesia tournaments. They did score 5 against Clovis, but lost 6-5, and then 2 runs against Goddard. And some of their wins earlier in the season got to go a little bit more, but their pitching kind of kept them in it in some of those games. And they've kept them in it in games as a swing and a miss from Copeland. And the count is 0-2. Pitch will miss high. 1-2 the count. And here it comes from McNeese. Low and outside. Copeland's drawn the count back even 2-2. And both teams have already worked out of some jams. Tigers had second and third in the first inning, but couldn't get those runs in. Knights had the bases loaded in the last inning. And called strike 3 as he gets him on the outside corner. And that will end the inning. A couple of groundouts and a strikeout, and Oregon Mountain will hold on to their 1-0 lead through 2 innings of play on the Rich Samoter scoreboard. And we'll return to Tiger Stadium right after this. You're listening to Tiger Baseball on Alamo Sports and Talk.
Hi, this is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. We take great pride in our Tiger student athletes. We wish them all the best and cheer them on as they compete this season. We recognize these outstanding athletes for their commitment on the track, court, and field. Their dedication is inspiring, and we celebrate their hard work and sportsmanship. Join us in supporting our Tigers. First National Bank has been your hometown community bank since 1956, proudly cheering on the Alamogordo Tigers every step of the way. Go Tigers!
Member FDIC.
The Winner's Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit, whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief. We can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner's Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner's Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets, but I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there. To learn more, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. 1-1 count, and now one hit in the air to right center field. Anybody going to be able to get to that? Doesn't look like it. It is going to fall as Kiss will toss it in, and that's going to be a double for Sean Estenson on a 1-1 pitch. And the second extra base hit of the day for Oregon Mountain. And they put a runner on second, and their courtesy runner, which I only have his last name, number 2. I don't have his first name for you. I believe it's Romero. Just took a picture today, so. Anyway, courtesy runners at second for Estenson. And Wall will see this one. That's a fair ball up the third base line all the way out to the corner. And so the run will score. And there's going to be, I think, a discussion here from Coach Winrow in regards to whether that was a fair ball or not. Well, it's a pretty quick discussion, but I don't think the Tigers agreed. It was close. I couldn't really tell from here whether it was inside the line or not, but the umpire was right away saying that that was a fair ball. And so that'll be a RBI double. That brings in Estenson, and that'll make it 2-0 Oregon Mountain. Alex Venegas with it. Ground ball to third, and instead of going to first, Williams held on to it, and threw to second, and the runner will get back to second in time. And so a fielder's choice will give them first and second now. Now, he was trying to hold the runner at second and not let him get to third on the play. You can understand the thought process there, but now whether you give a little bit of maybe not getting over to cover the bag by the second baseman, or the Tigers were already charging on the bunt, and Wall decided to step off and reset. And trying to bunt, and ends up being a... No. Is it a foul ball, or is it a hit by pitch? I think it's a foul ball. It went off of the bat. It didn't go off, or it went off the bat and then went off of him in the process. So he's using the bat to sort of protect himself as the pitch came in on him. And so, it's one of those whether, he's not really working out his hands or anything, but go off the bat and then hit him. There's obviously a lot of different things that could happen, but it ends up being a strike. And the count is 0-1. And he shoots this one back up the middle for a base hit. It will hold the runner. And so another hit here for Oregon Mountain. 2 doubles and a single. And then a fielder's choice. And that is going to bring Coach Winrow out of the dugout to talk to his infield with the bases loaded and nobody out. And a pretty crucial moment here to not let this game really get away from Alamogordo early. And so he's going to talk to his guys and try to get them to settle down a little bit. Oregon Mountain's hitting the ball well. That's one thing you could say, but certainly could be minimum runner on third. However, that run would have scored. We'll see what the Tigers can do here. And the Tigers, are they going to play in? It looks like it. So they're going to play in on the infield and try to get if there is one put in play on the infield to go home and get the force out. And this is hit hard, and that's into the outfield. Into left center field. 1 run scores, 2 run scores. Up to second on the throw is De Leon. And the Knights continue to just knock the ball around pretty well here. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits now. 4-0 Oregon Mountain. 3 runs home in the inning and still nobody out. And it's still second and third. Tigers will move the infield in again. And Ray Ponce will come to the plate. Low and outside as Phillips slides to his right and keeps it in front of him. Top of the third and 4-0 Knights. That breaking ball stays up. And the count is 2-0. Here's the pitch. And this is sent in the air to center field. Kiss makes the play, and they will not try to send the runner home. Well, it got away from Phillips a little bit, but not far enough for the runner to try and come home. So the Tigers do get the first down. They had played the infield, or outfield, I should say, pretty shallow there. And Kiss was able to make the play and then not let the runner advance. Tigers will keep the infield in with nobody on first. And Gomez, who is singled and walked, comes to the plate. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be a called strike. 0-1. Here's the pitch. This is a little bit high, 1-1. A little bit of frustration from Callan not putting the pitch exactly where he wanted to there. And the 1-1 in the dirt, and that's going to deflect away from Phillips, and he still doesn't know where it is. Now he's got it. But the run will score. It deflected off of his left foot, and he just did not know where it was. Didn't actually get that far away from him, but the runner is able to come in on the wild pitch. Two and one the count at the plate. And Wall's ready to go. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Runner on third and 1 down. 4 runs home in the inning for Oregon Mountain. 2-2. And that one takes a big hop off of the backstop, and Phillips tried to barehand it when it took the carom and turn around and flip it to Wall, but not able to secure it in time. And so 3-2, and the other run comes home, and that's 5 in the inning. And the bases are empty now. A couple of wild pitches bring runs in. As a ground ball over to third. Toss on to first is in time. And 5-3 on the put out for out number 2. So they'll bring Rio Rivera to the plate now. This team up 6-0, and the base is empty. It's going to hit the dirt and then hop back behind the catcher. Nobody on, so no issue there. It was a double by Estenson to lead off the inning. Another double by Venegas scored his courtesy runner. Fielder's choice put a runner on. A single loaded the bases. As this is hit in the air to left center field, going to be a long run. And that is Macklin that's going to get to that. So the Tigers left fielder makes the play, and the inning is over, but not before 5 come in. The double from Aaron De Leon scored 2 runs, and then it was 2 wild pitches that brought in the final 2 runs of the inning. And we go to the bottom of the third. It's 6-0 Oregon Mountain over the Alamogordo Tigers on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. You're listening to Tiger Baseball on Alamo Sports and Talk 1230, 1019.
Join OFCU for America Saves. April 7th through the 11th. Vehicle purchases or non-OFC refinance vehicles as low as 4.99% APR with no payments for 90 days. Personal loans as low as 7.99% APR. While online at OteroFCU.org. Limited time offer, new purchases or non-OFC refinance loans. All loans are subject to credit approval. Not all will qualify for lowest rate. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. We go to the bottom of the third inning. It's Oregon Mountain 6, Alamogordo nothing. Tigers trying to get something started here. They do have a hit on the day, but hit by pitch and a hit. Put a couple runners on, but they weren't able to get anything out of that. And unfortunately, on the other side of the till, Oregon Mountain with a big third inning as they score 5 runs. And Aiden Tupper will lead things off for the Tigers. It'll be Tupper, then Jaden Ruiz and Ryan Macklin for the Tigers. And McNeese into his windup. First pitch is in the dirt, and the count is 1-0 to Tupper. Brendan McNeese giving up just the 1 run. He struck out 3, or 1 hit, I should say, and 2 total base runners in 2 innings of work. Got the Tigers down in order in the last inning. He works from the stretch. Kind of a quick pitch there. Didn't go into his full leg kick. 2-0. And quick pitch, probably not the right term. Just not the full big leg kick. Just shortened up his delivery. And this time he goes in the full leg kick, 2-0, and gets it in there for a called strike, 2-1. The pitch. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Haven't seen a lot of long counts in this game on either side. Oregon Mountain's been really aggressive, swinging early in at-bats, and I don't think we've had a full count. I think Oregon Mountain, once on the other side. Tupper fouls this one off, and nice play by the Oregon Mountain head coach as he came from inside the dugout to make the play. Stays 2-2 with Tupper. Always important when you're out there to keep your head on a swivel. Two-two. Tupper watches that in there, called strike 3. And there's one down. Yeah, maybe maybe a touch on the high side there, but that one's probably too close to not at least be trying to make some contact with it, maybe foul it off. And so Jaden Ruiz will come to the plate. Struck out his first time up, 0 for 1. As McNeese kicks and deals. That's in there for a called strike. There's good movement across the plate with his pitches, whether he's throwing the fastball or if he's throwing some breaking stuff. And the righty sets up on the far left side of the pitching rubber. As Ruiz has put a pretty good contact into this, but it's into foul territory. Oh, and it did fall in play. There was a couple of Oregon Mountain players that were close. I'm just not sure they ever had eyes on it. I know I didn't. I wasn't sure where it had gone. And it actually bounced inside the fence over there towards the Alamogordo dugout. Good amount of foul territory on both sides. Used to be even bigger back in the day before they fenced in the bullpens on each side. The 0-2. It's going to miss outside, maybe a little low. And 1-2 to the Tigers' leadoff hitter. Ruiz DHing here in this game. Here's the pitch. And that's in the dirt and inside. And he's worked the count even now, 2-2. Yeah, if the Tigers just trying to get something started, even if it's not something that takes you to a win in this game, you can just get some momentum at the plate, maybe carry it over to game 2. The pitch. Fouled off, and we'll keep it 2-2. Ryan Macklin in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. Other things going on today. Alamogordo softball is in Las Cruces taking on Oregon Mountain. Alamogordo tennis is in Las Cruces taking on Oregon Mountain. That is technically a home duel for the Tigers, but they're playing at Centennial High School. Construction over on Oregon Avenue where the tennis courts are. And this one's up the middle. It will just sneak into the outfield. And Jaden Ruiz picks up the single. So like I said, the Tigers just trying to get something started. You get some speed on the base paths here. See, maybe with Ryan Macklin, do you think about bunting? He's got good speed as well, and we've seen him lay down a couple of good bunts this year. Or do they maybe think hit and run here instead? Macklin was hit by a pitch, picked up a stolen base in his first time up to the plate. And he is showing bunt, brings it back. Pitch is going to miss outside, it looks like, 1-0. Six-0 Oregon Mountain, if you're just joining us. We're in the bottom of the third inning. Knights with 1 in the first and 5 in the third. Tigers looking to try to answer back just a little bit here. Macklin going to swing and miss. This one's going to kick away from the catcher, and it's going to be far enough that he's going to be able to advance to second. Call that a wild pitch in the dirt. 1-1 to Macklin, so now the runner put into scoring position. I don't think you try and bunt at this point. Even if you move the man up to third with 2 outs, it really doesn't do a whole lot for you. McNeese long look in as he leans over. Now as he comes set, look back to second, and we'll come to the plate. That fastball is going to miss outside. 2-1 to Macklin. Cade Kiss in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. He has Alamogordo's one of Alamogordo's 2 hits today. Ruiz over there at second has the other one. The 2-1. Swing and a miss, and well, that one kicked away from the catcher, but just not enough for Ruiz to try to make a run at it. Got about a quarter of the way away from the bag. 2-2 now to Macklin. And he'll hit this in the air to right field. And that'll be caught. And there is 2 down. So it'll be Cade Kiss to the plate now for the Tigers. 1 for 1, single, picked up a stolen base as well, was left stranded at second. And going to try to bring in Ruiz there from second base. As McNeese is set. And that fastball in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. That was interesting. The catcher, Astenson, had kind of set up outside and had to reach back over the plate to his right to get that, but ended up being a good location there from the pitcher, McNeese. Ruiz, a little bit of a lead away from second. Now setting way outside there. 1-1. I always wonder for a hitter if you pay attention too much to where, I mean, because you can, I'm sure, see the catcher moving around a little bit maybe in your peripheral vision. Do you look and see at all where he's setting up at, or? Because I'm sure there's a little bit of gamesmanship there. Kiss last second was trying to call timeout. Does take a swing at this one, and it's going to get popped out of play. Foul territory, 1-2. I know I've seen in softball, and sometimes baseball, you'll see if there's a runner at second, kind of pointing one direction on where the catcher is setting up at, or maybe seeing the signal and pointing where they wanted the pitch at. But you're seeing less of that because usually there's codes, there's like numbers and stuff. It's not necessarily the swing and a miss, and that'll end the inning. Went to the fastball, and that one was just on that outside corner. Kiss had to protect the plate there, and the inning is over. So Ruiz stranded at second. 1 hit for the Tigers, 1 left on. No errors and no runs, and we are through 3 complete on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. It is Oregon Mountain 6, Alamogordo nothing. You're listening to Tiger Baseball on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Is your loyalty to a big out-of-town bank or credit union costing you more than it should? When it comes to buying a home for your family, not all mortgage loans are the same. This is Deborah Romero, president of First National Bank. First National Bank is committed to showing you how you can save money by shopping for your next mortgage loan. Compare and save. We offer affordable mortgage options, including conventional, VA, FHA, first-time home buyers, or our home equity line of credit. Come visit with us today.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all aloans subject to credit approval.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Looking to transform your home's exterior? Meet Rudy Ochoa. With years of experience in stucco, Rudy and his crew deliver quality craftsmanship and stunning flawless finishes. 575-442-6745.
We are the Veterans Health Administration, and our hands provide life-changing care to over 9 million veterans across more than 1,200 facilities nationwide. Join hands with us to make an impact in your community. Learn more at vacareers.va.gov.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Here's a chopper to third. Toss on to first is in time by Brandon Williams on an 0-1 pitch to Devin Garces, the leadoff hitter for Oregon Mountain in the top of the 4th inning. And just like that, 5-3 and 1 down. We're in the top of the 4th inning. The Alamogordo Tigers trailing the Oregon Mountain Knights 6-0. And it is Sean Estenson who has doubled and walked and scored, or his courtesy runner has scored. And first pitch is, now, was that a strike or was that called? Okay, it was called a ball, and he was saying that it was outside. He pointed. He needed to maybe like move his hand in a different way because I was confused on whether that was a called strike. Here's one hard hit that's foul off the third base line by Estenson, 1-1. But yeah, he was trying to tell Kellen that the pitch missed outside, not that it was called strike. The 1-1. Reiner right back. Up tried to spin around and throw his glove up to see if he could get to it, but it's right up the middle for a base hit. And a runner on here for Oregon Mountain in the top of the fourth inning. And the second hit of the day for Estenson is he will again trade out for his courtesy runner, Romero. And it'll be Venegas, who has doubled twice. Got 2 RBIs, 2 for 2 on the day. And steps into the box, hitting from the right-hand side. Not a big lead over at first. And that one's in the dirt, and that one's going to kick away. And a runner will advance to second on the play. So the Tigers the Knights have another runner in scoring position. The Tigers, again, trying to work out of a jam. As Wall comes set from the belt. That's a called strike. Count evens up at 1-1 here on Venegas. Seems like I see a lot more players wear, it looks like a hoodie. I don't know. This one's hit out the left center field, though. That is going to be at least one. Will they try to send the runner home? Nope, they're going to stop him. Boy, that was a heck of a throw from Kiss. And a little surprised that Phillips didn't try to throw it out to second and get the runner there. But, man, that was on a rope to Phillips. And Phillips had, I think, at least a shot to throw it to second, but I think he was concerned about the runner trying to advance from third, so held on to it to keep him there. So Venegas ends up at second on the throw, and at second and third with one out. And Leo Hernandez, who has popped out and hit into a fielder's choice, ended up on base with that, eventually came around and scored. Called strike on the first offering. It's 0-1. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-2. And the pitch. In the dirt. Phillips, well done, well done. Move to his right and keep that in front of him. Nobody advances, and the count moves to 1-2 now. Still no runs home in the inning, and Tigers can get out of this trouble. Still a lot of work to do on the other side of the inning. Swing and a miss and a strikeout for Kellen Wall. 2 down. That is Kellen's 1, 2, 3, third strikeout of the day. Knights so far with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hits. Tigers have a couple errors to throw in there as that pitch misses outside. 1-0 the count. And a ground ball to short. Fielded, no, not cleanly. It's going to, they get him at first. No, it's safe, and the runner, both runs end up scoring as they went to first on the play and tried to get the second out. Tupper had a little bit of trouble coming up with it cleanly, and 2 runs come home on the play, and that was just good base running there from Oregon Mountain. And with 2 outs, why not? But it was the only play for Tupper, and credit to Otis and being able to leg that out, but it got to be an error if you're the Tigers there, E6. And so I think I have 4 errors down for the Tigers in this game. Pitch is going to miss outside. And it is 1-0 here to Aaron De Leon, who's doubled and brought in 2 runs. That was in the 3rd inning. And this is hit in the air to left center field, and we'll just get past Kiss. No, what a great grab by Kiss over the shoulder. He's able to make the grab. It's good contact there from De Leon, but Kiss used his speed and was able to make not an easy catch there. Inning is over, but not before the Knights add 2 more. The Tigers with an error, 2 hits, 1 runner left on, and we go to the bottom of the 4th, and it's Oregon Mountain 8, Alamogordo nothing.
Join OFCU for America Saves. April 7th through the 11th. Vehicle purchases or non-OFC refinance vehicles as low as 4.99% APR with no payments for 90 days. Personal loans as low as 7.99% APR. Apply online at oterofcu.org. Limited time offer, new purchases or non-OFC refinance loans. All loans are subject to credit approval. Not all will qualify for lowest rate. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Hi, this is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. We take great pride in our Tiger student athletes. We wish them all the best and cheer them on as they compete this season. We recognize these outstanding athletes for their commitment on the track, court, and field. Their dedication is inspiring, and we celebrate their hard work and sportsmanship. Join us in supporting our Tigers. First National Bank has been your hometown community bank since 1956, proudly cheering on the Alamogordo Tigers every step of the way. Go Tigers!
Member FDIC.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230-1019. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. It's Oregon Mountain 8, Alamogordo nothing. As Brennan McNeese faces Preston Eldred, and the pitch will miss inside. Counts 1-0. 3, 4, or 4, 5, and 6 in the order for the Tigers. Eldred, then Kellen Wall, and Aiden McGinnis. Eldred 0 for 1, a strikeout, his first time up. The 1-0. And he'll get just a piece of this and send it foul. 1-1. And Eldred is going to send this one high in the air left field. It's going to get into foul territory. And good effort there in left field. Gomez gets to it. And there's one down on the pop out. That one hit sky high in the air. And I'll bring up Kellen Wall, 0 for 1. Popped out to left field himself in his first at-bat. As the lefty steps in. Tigers just trying to get something started here. 2 hits in the day, 3 total base runners. And really haven't been able to string much together. As that's a little high and inside. 1-0. And Wall will hit this one high in the air, right center field. And getting back there and making the grab is Rio Rivera. And there's 2 down. And I'll bring up Aiden McGinnis now. McGinnis 0 for 1, a ground out to second base in his most recent at-bat. Brennan McNeese continues pitching well here for the Tigers, or I should say for the Knights, against the Tigers. As the righty works always out of the stretch. And his first pitch misses outside. I always wonder for a pitcher, what makes that their, everybody's got a little bit of a different, leg kick and different wind-up in the way that they do things, and why some guys predominantly always want to work out of the stretch or not go through, the full motion. Good breaking ball there from McNeese as he drops that in there for a strike, 1-1. At the end of the day, I'm sure it's whatever works best for you. It's, pitching's one of those things that everything's got to be right in order for you to feel comfortable and do the job out there well. The 1-1. Again, went with a breaking ball, and McGinnis tried to hold up on it and did get a piece of it, but ball's behind in the count here, 1-2. He got good change of pace, does McNeese. He can fire in the fastball and drop in a good breaking ball or change up and keep the hitters off balance a little bit. And for the most part, he's done that with the Tigers today. And the windup and the pitch. Called strike 3, and the inning is over. So the Tigers down in order, a couple of pop-outs and a strikeout. And we go to the top of the 5th inning. Morgan Mountain can score 2 runs. They can, or at least 2 runs. They can put this into a mercy roll situation and go up by 10. They've scored 8 so far, and that's the lead right now, 8-0, as we go to the top of the 5th inning on Alamo Sports and Talk.
The Winner's Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit, whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief. We can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner's Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner's Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
Join Stand Up to Cancer and Jazz Pharmaceuticals to raise awareness of small cell lung cancer and accelerate the pace of research. Ask your healthcare provider about screening options that might be right for you or a loved one. Visit standuptocancer.org/lung to learn more.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 101.9. The Alamogordo Tigers trailing 8-0, and Oregon Mountain to the plate here. As the first pitch is a ground ball to the left side. Tupper at short. He's got it across his body, tries to make the throw. Not going to be in time. Infield single for Ray Ponce. And that was just good on Ponce's speed. That was about as good as you could have done it if you're Tupper over at short. He got to it and made the throw right away, and Ponce was able to beat it out. And so it'll bring up Eric Gomez now. Gomez, single, walk, and a ground out in his 3 tries. And we'll see if they're thinking bunt here. We've seen them lay down 2 or 3, or at least try to lay down a number of them. And no, that's just going to deflect off the glove of Phillips, but not far enough away for Ponce to try to move up to second base. 1-0 to Gomez. Rio Rivera also due up in the inning. He's looking for his first hit of the day. The 1-0. And this is in the air to right center field. Looks like McGinnis will be able to get to it. Tosses off his cap and makes the play. Not looking into the sun in that direction, but that's one of the positive things for the outfielders at this field. And the direction that it faces kind of towards almost the southwest kind of direction. It usually isn't too much of an issue. when it gets kind of low, I think for the hitters that are hitting righty, sometimes it can be swing and a miss. Actually, I think he may have fouled it off, but. And so it'll be 0-1 to Rivera. Rivera, a couple of strikeouts and a pop out in his 3 tries, 0 for 3. Runner on first with 1 out. Top of 5. Check swing. Say he did go around. And it'll be 0-2. Devin Garces in the on-deck circle. Pick-off throw to first. Runners back in time. That threw me off. The first base coach for Oregon Mountain moved out of the way. It looked like maybe it was going to get away from Eldred, but it did not. Runner goes. Pitches outside. Throw to second is pretty good, but just a little bit late as Ponce picks up the stolen base, puts a runner in scoring position. It'll be 1-2 at the plate here to Rivera. And coming set. And Rivera will send this high in the air to center field. Kiss coming in on it, makes the play. Runner smartly just took a little bit of a run towards third, but went back to the bag. And there's 2 down. And Devin Garces will come to the plate now. He is 1 for 3. A couple of ground outs. He singled and scored back in the first inning. And we'll step up to the plate here and try to get that man in scoring position in. This team in control here, 8-0 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Breaking ball drops right in there for a strike for Kellen Wall, and it's 0-1. Missing a little bit high on the 0-1. Count evens up at 1-1. Wall set at the belt. Looks back to second, flips around to the plate, and gets that in there for a strike. 1-2. I always wonder how pitchers do that. I mean, they're looking back to second, and they go into their motion while they're still looking back and then turn to the plate. Runner trying to steal a third. This is going to be hit high in the air and behind home plates. Phillips makes the grab. Always difficult for the catcher to throw off the mask and try to spot that, but he does a fine job there, and the inning is over. 1 hit, 1 runner left stranded, no errors, and no runs scored, and we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's Oregon Mountain 8, Alamogordo nothing on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. You're listening to Tiger Baseball on Alamo Sports and Talk.
Join OFCU for America Saves. April 7th through the 11th. Vehicle purchases or non-OFC refinance vehicles as low as 4.99% APR with no payments for 90 days. Personal loans as low as 7.99% APR. Apply online at oterofcu.org. Limited time offer. New purchases or non-OFC refinance loans. All loans are subject to credit approval. Not all will qualify for lowest rate. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Hi, this is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. Did you know that this week is Community Banking Week? Community banks are so much more than just a bank in a community. We are bankers that believe in you. We offer favorable rates and low fees. We are the volunteers that step up to help at local schools, youth sports, and non-for-profit organizations. Community bankers support the community where we all live, work, and play.
First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. All loans are subject to credit approval.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Brandon Williams to lead it off for the Alamogordo Tigers in the bottom of the fifth inning. And the first pitch from Brennan McNeese is outside, and it's 1-0. 8-0 Oregon Mountain on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. And 7-8-9 in the order here for the Alamogordo Tigers. Williams 0 for 1, a ground out to third in his only at-bat. And that's going to miss low, and the count is 2-0. Tigers with a single back in the first. He threw in a hit by pitch. Tigers had second and third, but fortunately couldn't bring anybody in. Single by Jaden Ruiz. He would get the second on a wild pitch. And the Tigers couldn't convert that. And that's pretty much it. Down in order in the second and the fourth. McNeese with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strikeouts in the game. But 3-0 here to Williams. And that's in for a strike. And the count is 3-1. Pretty good crowd on hand. Oregon Mountain has brought over a lot of their fans to watch their team tonight. And the Tigers with their contingent, as always. The 3-1. And this is in the air to center field. And just a little bit of a run in there for Ponce as he'll make the grab. And there's one down. A lot of pop-ups in this game, it feels like. I don't know if that's really the case, but I think it is. Tigers have 2 ground outs, and then, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe between the two sides, it's been a lot of pops outs, I feel like. But it's felt like the outfielders have been busy in this game for some reason. It's Billy Copeland now, strikeout victim his first time up. As here comes the first pitch, and that's in there for a strike. 0-1. Long look in here from McNeese. And tries to drop the breaking ball in there, and he does get it. Called strike. The way that Copeland turned away, I thought he felt like that was inside, but I guess that dropped in right on the plate, and it's 0-2. Here comes the pitch from McNeese. That's in the dirt. Rolls behind the catcher. No need to go chase, though, with nobody on, and it's 1-2. And in fact, Tupper will go and track down that ball, the man in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. 8-0 for 1 as well with a strikeout. And the pitch. And again, this one rolls all the way to this backstop. 2-2. One out and the base is empty. Bottom of 5. Bottom of the order trying to get something going here for the Tigers. 2-2. That just missed, I think, a little bit high. Nope, they're going to say outside. Someone from the Oregon Mountain dugout was feeling like that should have been a call. Third strike. Certainly the catcher, Estenson, held it there for a while. Thought that going to get the call. 3-2. And that's going to miss high and inside, and it'll be a walk. So the Tigers pick up a base runner the first time on a walk today. And it'll bring up Aiden Tupper. So Tupper to the plate. As we said, struck out in his first at-bat. Jaden Ruiz in the on-deck circle now. He has one of the Tigers' 2 hits on the afternoon, and McNeese is going to step off and reset here. Pretty good lead away from first. See if we get a pickoff throw. No, runner does not go. Swing and a miss from Tupper. And it's 0-1. A lot of things look like it was going to happen there. I figured the way that Copeland kept sort of inching away from the bag at first. And he was going to be moving on that. See maybe if he's doing it on the 0-1. Big off throw to first. Copeland will be back in time as Hernandez applies the tag. Still 0-1 at the plate here to Tupper. Game 1 of our doubleheader. We'll have the second game coming up for you. As it misses high. 1-1. One out with a runner on first for the Tigers. Trailing 8-0. Knights trying to stay unbeaten in district play. The Tigers, unfortunately, staring at an 0-5 in district play. As the 1-1 showing bunt, brings it back, pitches outside. And he did not offer, brought it back in time, 2-1. The bench. And a little chopper foul. That dribbles over towards the Alamogordo dugout on the first base side. It's 2-2. Long wait here again from McNeese. And this is hit pretty well in the air and still running after it, making a nice play in center field as Ponce. He had to really get on his horse and get after that one. Kept carrying. I thought for a second maybe it was going to get over the heads of the outfielders, but Tupper, unfortunately, just not enough distance on it and maybe a little bit too much air underneath it. It's got to be so frustrating for a hitter because you feel like, I mean, sounds like it, but it had to felt like you made some good contact there and then just you get underneath it just a bit too much and doesn't get to the spot that you need it to. First pitch is inside here to Jaden Ruiz, who's 1 for 2, a single. Eventually was stranded at second back in the third inning. Copeland's at first after the one-out walk. We got 2 outs now in the bottom of the fifth in Oregon Mountain. The pitch. Ruiz check swing. Unfortunately, got a little piece of it, and I believe that would have been a called strike anyway. He had held up, but just went enough into the over the plate that it deflected off the bat. So the count evens at 1-1. Here's a pickoff throw to first. Runner does get back in time. McNeese tried to catch Copeland unaware a little bit as he hadn't even come set yet. Now he is set, holding it at his right leg. Runner does not go. That breaking ball is going to miss inside. 2-1 the count. There's another one where Estenson was set up outside. That pitch ended up pretty close to the inside corner of the plate. And high. 3-1 here to Jaden Ruiz. Ryan Macklin in the on-deck circle for the Tigers. He's 0 for 1. Reached on a hit by pitch and popped out. Will he get a chance here in the bottom of the fifth inning? And misses high, and Ruiz draws the second walk of the inning. So first and second now for the Tigers. And not too surprisingly, usually when a pitcher gives up a couple of walks in an inning, you'll get a visit from the dugout, and that's what's happening with Oregon Mountain as they'll talk things over. I mean, the situation obviously isn't, there's not a whole lot of stress with the lead that you've got, but I think if anything, you're just trying to settle things down for your pitcher and see if he can bear down and get this final out of the inning. So Ryan Macklin to the plate as the two Tiger base runners, the Tigers hitter and the on-deck man, all talking to the third base coach for the Tigers. And everybody breaks as the meeting on the mound is over. And certainly not taking out Brennan McNeese, who has pitched so well in this game. 2 walks, a hit by pitch, and 2 singles have been the base runners. Swing and a miss from Macklin, 0-1. Two outs, bottom of 5. Ruiz has got a big lead at first, but the first baseman not holding him on with the runner at second. And this is hit towards short, and they'll just do a little flip on to second. Fielder's choice 6-4, and the inning is over. So the Tigers will still be behind here 8-0. Nobody scores here in the 5th. And we go to the top of the 6th on the Rich Simona scoreboard. You're listening to Tiger Baseball on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Transform your home with Ochoa Stucco. Whether it's a fresh look or a durable finish, their expert team delivers quality and style. Say goodbye to bland exteriors and hello to stunning curb appeal. Ochoa Stucco, always a flawless finish. 442-6745.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Join OFCU for America Saves. April 7th through the 11th. Vehicle purchases or non-OFC refinance vehicles as low as 4.99% APR with no payments for 90 days. Personal loans as low as 7.99% APR. Apply online at oterofcu.org. Limited time offer, new purchases or non-OFC refinance loans. All loans are subject to credit approval. Not all will qualify for lowest rate. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019, top of 6. And the Knights up to bat. Oregon Mountain leads 8-0. Caden Kiss's first pitch was, or I should say Kellen Wall's first pitch was a ball, but a ground ball to third, and Brandon Williams makes a nice play, and it's 5-3 on the putout, and 1 down as they get Sean Estenson for the first time. He had walked and doubled and singled up to that point. And Alex Venegas will come to the plate now, who has doubled twice and singled out of the number 5 spot for the Knights. And definitely familiarity at this point. This is the 4th time through the order. As Wall will try to drop that breaking ball in there, but misses, I think, low, 1-0. Here's the pitch. Ground ball. This is over to short. Sumper charges on it. Toss on to first is in time. And there's 2 down. Tigers trying to make quick work of the Knights here in the top of the 6th. And Leo Hernandez will come to the plate. Hernandez 0-for-3. Pop out, strike out, and reached on a fielder's choice. And the big first baseman steps into the box. Wall into his motion. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Wall winds and deals. And low and outside, it's 1-1. Swing and a miss, and 1-2 as Wall tries to put the Knights down in order for the first time in this game. And called strike 3 as he gets him on the outer half of the plate, and the Tigers pick up a couple of ground outs and a strikeout, and the inning is over. But it's still Oregon Mountain 8-0. We go to the bottom of the 6th. You're listening to Tiger Baseball on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230. 1019.
Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Hi, this is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. We take great pride in our Tiger student athletes. We wish them all the best and cheer them on as they compete this season. We recognize these outstanding athletes for their commitment on the track, court, and field. Their dedication is inspiring, and we celebrate their hard work and sportsmanship. Join us in supporting our Tigers. First National Bank has been your hometown community bank since 1956, proudly cheering on the Alamogordo Tigers every step of the way. Go Tigers!
Member FDIC.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the games!
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Bottom of 6, Oregon Mountain 8, Alamogordo nothing on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. And Cade Kiss will lead things off here against Brennan McNeese as the righty ready to go. And a bunt by by Kiss, and he should get there. There's a throw to first. That will be off the mark. Kiss will advance to second. I think here comes the throw. No, it's going to roll away, and so Kiss going to get the so give him the single for sure. He would have been there anyway, and then the throw was off the mark. So the error moves him to second. And just good effort there from Cade to get the Tigers a base runner early, and he saw that the third baseman was playing back, didn't expect a bunt from Kiss, and he picks up his second hit of the day with Preston Eldred coming to the plate. He's 0 for 2, struck out in the first, popped out in the fourth inning. So the third hit of the day for the Tigers. Still looking to get one across for the first time. And this is a pop-up on the infield for Eldred. Should be a routine play at second for Otis, and he makes the play. And there is one down. Brings up Kellen Wall, who has popped out to right and popped out to left in his 2 tries. And looking to bring in that man from second base. Stepped into the box, now steps back out. As the lefty readjusts his batting helmet a little bit. Does a little bat waggle before the pitch comes in. Stops once the pitcher goes into motion. That's low and outside. Counts 1-0. Yeah, just like pitchers, hitters, they have very specific things that they do while they're either waiting for the pitch to come or actual motion. Big swing and a miss there from Wall, 1-1. Bottom of 6 with 1 out, a runner on second here for the Tigers, but down 8. And we will go the distance here, go 7 innings with the Tigers keeping the Knights scoreless over the last couple innings. This one in the air to left center field. Long run here for Ponce. He's not going to get there. into the gap. Kiss will score. Wall should be into second easily. He will be with the stand-up double. And the Tigers are on the board here in the bottom of the 6th inning. One sent in the air to the outfield. Finally got down for the Tigers. And the two of the three most consistent hitters on this team for Alamogordo, Kiss and Wall, able to kind of team up there and get that first run of the day. And maybe they start something here for the Tigers. See what Aiden McGinnis can do. Long road to go, but just trying to get some momentum going for yourself. And you're going to play another game after this as the pitch misses outside from McNeese. There is some action in the bullpen for Oregon Mountain. But it's just some back and forth tossing between someone in catcher's gear and another player. It's not off of the mound over there. Showing bunts and getting hit. By the way, this is Eric Vasquez here, not Aiden McGinnis. So Vasquez came in to hit there for McGinnis. And he gets hit by pitch there. So that one did hit him on a bunt attempt. And I guess he didn't offer at the pitch, so it wasn't a strike. So Tigers at first and second now. And they are working from the mound now over to my left in the Oregon Mountain bullpen. And first pitch is in there for a called strike to Brandon Williams. So Williams, who's ground out and popped out. And a ground ball over towards first. And getting it himself and running over to first is Hernandez. Runners advance to second and third on the play. 3 unassisted on the ground out for Williams. 2 down. But second and third here for Billy Copeland. And chance to try and 5 runs would still be a heck of a rally for the Tigers, but just draw a little bit closer, and you never know. Especially if you get into that second pitcher for Oregon Mountain, you know. Don't know if the Tigers will be thinking about changing out for Kiss. For the most part, Kiss and Vasquez or not for Kiss, but for Wall. Wall and Kiss and Vasquez, the Tiger pitchers, have pretty much gone the distance, feels like, in every game. In the dirt, it bounces in front of Estenson, but there was really no chance for Wall to advance from third. And it's 1-0 to Copeland. Copeland walked his last time up, 0 for 1 of the day, struck out in his other at-bat. The 1-0. Check swing, called strike, and the count evens up at 1-1. Well, the slam of the bat there for Copeland. He was, frustrated that it was a called strike or frustrated that he didn't offer at it. Regardless, took a few steps out of the box, reset, and back in now. 1-1. And this is, caught at first. Great play by Leo Hernandez. Thought that was just going to flare over his head and into the outfield for a base hit, but he's able to make the grab, and the inning is over. Soft little liner that the first baseman makes a nice play on. So that'll end the 6th. The Tigers do get their first run of the game, and RBI double from Kellen Wall puts Alamogordo on the board. But down 8-1 as we go to the final inning on the Richardson Motors scoreboard. You're listening to Tiger Baseball on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets, but I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there. To learn more, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Join OFCU for America Saves. April 7th through the 11th. Vehicle purchases or non-OFC refinance vehicles as low as 4.99% APR with no payments for 90 days. Personal loans as low as 7.99% APR. Apply online at oterofcu.org. Limited time offer, new purchases or non-OFC refinance loans. All loans are subject to credit approval. Not all will qualify for lowest rate. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. And we do have a pitching change. Brandon Williams going to come in from third base and pitch. They are moving Kellen Wall to second, and Billy Copeland will go to third. Everything else, I believe, stay the same. I don't know if Aiden McGinnis is back out in right field or if they have Vasquez out there. And here comes the pitch from Copeland as he one-hops this to the backstop. And I would probably think that we're going to see a new pitcher for Oregon Mountain in the bottom of the seventh as well. Osvaldo Adas to the plates. As that'll miss outside, 2-0. Reached on an error twice in this game, and also a single with a run scored. So 1 for 3 on the day. This will be fouled off. 2-1. Very, I don't know, it feels like there's very violent pitching motion from Copeland. Once he gets into his motion, it's very quick moving. Another guy that works from the stretch. And it's more the leg kick. The leg kick is slow, but the arm motion feels aggressive. 3-1 as the pitch misses. I don't think I've seen Brandon pitch this year, so. Fouled off, 3-2. I've seen Preston, outside of the three main guys, Eric and Cade and Kellen. I've seen Preston Eldred pitch. I think that's it that I've seen here. And I mean, obviously, this is the 10th game that I've covered, 10 of the Tigers. 15 games they've played. Again, fouled off. This one back to the screen this time. So the count stays 3-2. It's 7-8-9 in the order here for Oregon Mountain. As Adas, De Leon, and Ponce due up for the Knights. This bottom of the order's had some success. Each one of those guys has one hit on the day. So Wall ends up going 6 innings, giving up the 8 runs. And this is sent to left field for a base hit. And it'll be at least one. And, he's going to get about halfway between the back. He is able to hold up and get back. And Macklin had to go quite a way to get to that. But that was a smart move there from Adas to hold up. So he picks up his second hit. And Aaron De Leon will come to the plate. A double and 2 RBIs in the third inning. Reached on an error and lined out in his other 2 tries. Pitch misses high. Phillips jumps out of his stance, fakes a throw to first, holds on to it. Runner gets back to the bag. Williams, the pitcher for the Tigers. Wall pitched the first 6 innings, and this is on a line to center field. Kiss should be right there to get it, and for a second he was going to try to double him up at first, but held on to it and just tosses it into Tupper at shortstop. But good contact there from De Leon, just right at him. And there's one down. And it brings up Ray Ponce, who has singled, stole a base in the 5th inning, put down a nice sacrifice bunt in the 2nd, and then lined out as well. As Williams is set at the belt, and I think that was a breaking pitch that missed high. 1-0. Yeah, I think the Tigers are going to have to start looking for some, at least one different pitcher with, or no, two, because both Eric and Kellen are graduating this year. So I'm interested to see what the rotation looks like next year. Certainly it'll be Cade, but this pitch misses 2-0. But will be Preston, will be Brandon. Maybe there's somebody else. Maybe there's somebody on the JV squad that will make their way up. Down and in. And so 3-0 here for Williams. Eric Gomez waits in the on-deck circle, top of the order for Oregon Mountain. And that's going to miss high and inside. And so it's a walk. Single and a walk puts runners on first and second, and back to the top of the order here for Oregon Mountain. And this is a high pop-up that'll get out of play for Gomez. And the count is 0-1 to the leadoff hitter. One out and runners on first and second. Williams out of the stretch. Couple checks back to second. And again misses high and inside, 1-1. Pretty good velocity from Williams on his pitches, and the control obviously hasn't been exactly where he'd want it to be, but this is ripped foul and out of play, 1-2. And a pickoff throw back to second. That one's going to get into the outfield, but Kiss there to back it up. Yeah, it's always a fair risk to take, even if the ball gets away. Rarely do you usually see the runner able to advance. Count still 1-2 at the plate. As Williams sees this one hit in the air to right center field. It will get down for a base hit. And a little bit of trouble in the outfield corralling it. And here comes the throw in. The run will score. It'll be an RBI single for Gomez. And it is 9-1, I should say, Oregon Mountain. Adas able to get around from second and score. And Ponce will move up to third on the play. Well, it should be top of the 7th on the scoreboard, but they've added a run to the 6th inning for Oregon Mountain. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. And the lefty Rio Rivera will come to the plate. A couple of strikeouts, a couple of pop-outs. And he's got runners at the corners. We'll see if Gomez is moving early. First pitch is in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Righty versus lefty. And low and outside. Count evens up at 1-1. Breaking balls in there, and I believe we're 1-2, not 2-1. Yeah, 1-2 is the count. And And they did put the run in the right inning column now up on the scoreboard, and this is going to be sent foul. And out of play, it looks like. And actually, it did carry him off the fence over there in foul territory. One of the Oregon Mountain players or coaches is going to go grab that. Count remains 1-2 to Rivera with runners on the corners. One out in the inning, and the count goes 2-2. Time going to be called as Phillips going to go out and talk to Williams. Won't say the runner at third, Gomez the man at first. Oregon Mountain looks to be on their way to their 5th district victory of the year. They've gotten back that run they surrendered in the bottom of the 6th. And a swing and a miss, and Williams goes up and in. And apologies, that is not Rio Rivera. That's number 34 for Oregon Mountain. Trying to get his name for you guys here in just a second, but looks like Devin Goddess is the man to hit here for Oregon Mountain, is in there for a strike to Goddess. And that was number 34. As this is going to be sent foul and out of play. Jesus, I'm going to go with Gadabe. I think is how you say that. And so he's the man who struck out. And now Williams heading the count here 0-2, trying to finish up the inning. Going to miss high on that, 1-2. Goddess, by the way, is 1 for 4. Single and a run scored back in the first. A couple of ground outs and a pop out. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, and struck him out. And that is the end of the inning. Now, they were looking up the scoreboard. It was the 3rd out. And it showed 2, but. So going to the bottom of the 7th, Tigers need something pretty crazy to be able to come away with a win here, or at least force extras, but hey, you never know. We'll see what happens. Down 9-1 on the Richardson Motors scoreboard. You're listening to Sports and Talk.
Is your loyalty to a big out-of-town bank or credit union costing you more than it should? When it comes to buying a home for your family, not all mortgage loans are the same. This is Deborah Romero, president of First National Bank. First National Bank is committed to showing you how you can save money by shopping for your next mortgage loan. Compare and save. We offer affordable mortgage options, including conventional, VA, FHA, first-time home buyers, or our home equity line of credit. Come visit with us today.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all loans subject to credit approval.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Looking to transform your home's exterior? Meet Rudy Ochoa. With years of experience in stucco, Rudy and his crew deliver quality craftsmanship and stunning flawless finishes. 575-442-6745.
We are the Veterans Health Administration, and our hands provide life-changing care to over 9 million veterans across more than 1,200 facilities nationwide. Join hands with us to make an impact in your community. Learn more at vacareers.va.gov.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019, bottom of 7, 9-1 Oregon Mountain. And we do have a pitching change here. It's number 10 for Oregon Mountain. And it is Sebastian Escapida. Swing and a miss. for Aiden Tupper. Maybe Escapita. They're throwing some last names at me today, y'all. In there for a strike. 0-2 now to Tupper. Strikeout and a pop out. So McNeese goes 6 innings, allows just the 1 run. As here comes the 0-2. Outside it misses. 1-2. Then it'll be Jaden Ruiz and Ryan Macklin for the Tigers. Needing a bunch here. Down 9-1 in the bottom of the 7th. The pitch from Escapita, as this is hit high and foul and out of play. I'm going to go Escapita. That just rolls off the tongue a little bit better. Somebody was in a hurry before the game and unfortunately didn't ask for some pronunciations. That would be this guy. A little bit of a wait here as the catcher, Estenson, was getting some dirt on his hand, and then he's putting it on the baseball as well. Maybe a brand new baseball. 1-2. Called strike 3 as it hits the inside corner. And yet again, the catcher was set up outside, but pitch came inside. And I got to feel like that's being done on purpose there. Maybe fool up the hitter and like, okay, guy's sitting up outside. And then you bust the fastball inside. They've done it too many times in this game to make me think that it's not not on purpose, you know. All right, Jaden Ruiz up. He is 1 for 2 and fouls this one off. Pretty good job in the leadoff spot for the Tigers today, 0-1. Single back in the 3rd, walked in the 5th, strikeout in the 1st. Reminder, we'll have the second game coming up for you, I would imagine, around 7:30, when we'll probably start game 2. That's a good pitch right in there for Escapita. And it's 0-2 as Ruiz will step back in. And again, gets a piece of it, sends it out of play. And the count will stay 0-2. Getting the long shadows now, and certainly seems like the air is getting a little bit cooler. Once the sun goes down, it'll be, I think, pretty darn nice out there for the evening game. As here comes the 0-2. Swing and a miss, and that is back-to-back strikeouts for Sebastian Escapita. And so Ryan Macklin to the plate now. He reached on a hit by pitch, stole a base in the 1st, popped out in the 3rd, and reached, well, he didn't reach on a fielder's choice, but grounded into a fielder's choice. So 0 for 2 on the day for the Tiger left fielder as the senior steps in. And Escapita into the windup in the pitch. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-1. Now the game really turned on the 3rd inning, the big 5-run inning, but I think the bigger problem, which has continued for the Tigers, is just not enough offense. Swing and a miss. 0-2. That was 1 in the 1st, 2 in the 4th, 1 in the last inning. I mean, it's at least a 3-1, 4-1 game. And low and outside, and it's 1-2. So try to regroup and see if they can get at least 1 today. And then you look at the rest of the season, and you kind of come down to, hey, you need like 2 out of 3 each week. And against Cruces and Mayfield, and Gadsden too. It ain't going to be easy. And that is in there for a 3rd strike, and that will end the game as Escapita comes in and strikes out the side. Oregon Mountain wins 9-1 here in Game 1 on the Rich Samoter scoreboard. We'll wrap up Game 1 on the Otero Federal Credit Union postgame show. When we return, you're listening to Tiger Baseball on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019, Alamo Sports YouTube channel, alamosportsandtalk.com, Cider Media app, and your Alexa device.
To you for America Saves. April 7th through the 11th. Vehicle purchases or non-OFC refinance vehicles as low as 4.99% APR with no payments for 90 days. Personal loans as low as 7.99% APR. Apply online at oterofcu.org. Limited time offer, new purchases or non-OFC refinance loans. All loans are subject to credit approval. Not all will qualify for lowest rate. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Hi, this is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. We take great pride in our Tiger student athletes. We wish them all the best and cheer them on as they compete this season. We recognize these outstanding athletes for their commitment on the track, court, and field. Their dedication is inspiring, and we celebrate their hard work and sportsmanship. Join us in supporting our Tigers. First National Bank has been your hometown community bank since 1956, proudly cheering on the Alamogordo Tigers every step of the way. Go Tigers!
Member FDIC.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
Join Stand Up to Cancer and Jazz Pharmaceuticals to raise awareness of small cell lung cancer and accelerate the pace of research. Ask your healthcare provider about screening options that might be right for you or a loved one. Visit standuptocancer.org/lung to learn more.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Welcome back as the Oregon Mountain Knights defeat the Alamogordo Tigers. Final score of 9-1. So we'll do another game here in about 20 minutes from now. I'm thinking 7:30 we'll get started with game 2. Let's recap for the Tigers. Hitting, Jaden Ruiz was 1 for 2, a single and a walk. And Cade Kiss was 2 for 3 with a single and a run scored and a stolen base. Kellen Wall went 1 for 3 with the Tigers' lone RBI on a double. And let's see, I know there was another. Oh, it was a walk for Billy Copeland. And like Ryan Macklin was hit by a pitch and stole a base. He ended up going 0 for 3 on the day. And that's about it on the hitting side. Wall went 6 innings, gave up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hits. Hold on a second. No, he gave up 10 hits in the game and 8 runs. And he came away with, I believe, 4 strikeouts on the day. Brandon Williams came in and pitched the final inning, got a couple of strikeouts, gave up a couple of hits and a run, and a walk as well. Fall 9-1. They dropped to 0-5 in district play, and the Tigers will be back at it here in just a little while as they take on the Knights one more time here and trying to get their first district victory of the year. So we're going to send you back to ESPN Radio for a bit, and we'll return when the second game is ready to start. If you're listening to us on the Alamo Sports YouTube channel, there'll be a second link that you need to go to. Just go to the YouTube page, and you'll be able to find it when we go live. If you follow us on there, I think it'll send you an alert when we go live again. But if you're listening to us on alamosportsandtalk.com or just on the old radio or any of the other ways that you can listen to us, just stay tuned, and we'll be back in a little while with game number 2. Again, your final score on the Richardson Motor scoreboard, it is Oregon Mountain 9, Alamogordo 1, and game 2 coming up for you guys in about 20 minutes. So hope you stay with us.
No roadblocks are scheduled today on Highway 70, 54 South, or 380. For the latest roadblock information, call 575-678-1178. Tonight's forecast is calling for mostly clear skies, and Alamogordo expect an overnight low of 55. Cloudcroft in the mountain areas, a low of 38. For tomorrow, we're looking at sunny skies, mostly clear tomorrow night. Alamogordo tomorrow, high of 89, low of 58. For Cloudcroft tomorrow, high of 72 and an overnight low of 44.
The future depends on teachers.